Hi folks, let's talk about a couple of things that folks are really interested in that I see every day in coaching. Of course, everybody wants to be able to make a swing and hit that ball nice and long and straight and it go in the right direction with the degree of control. But they're also interested in how their swing looks. They may be on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, and they've got an impression of what the top players do. And when they see themselves on video and all of a sudden they see this chicken wing or they're looking like a crab through impact, we have a certain kind of awareness that that may not be right, and we're interested in the aesthetics as well as the functionality. Now sometimes that's because they're not quite understanding what the club should do during the swinging motion. Golf's one of these games where the ball's on the floor over here, so as we swing the club's moving in a circular motion. But there's another little bit of detail to that people don't realise, that as the club's rotating around your body, the club itself is actually also rotating, so it doesn't stay just looking at the target. It'd be quite easy to think, well, if I swing back straight and through straight, that'll make the ball go straight. So if I had like this table tennis bat here and I was going to hit a ball, my arm would fold and I'd whack it, so I would open it and close it effectively. I wouldn't try to push it down the table tennis table, a bit like putting. If you were putting and you were above the ball on this vertical plane, you could do that, but as soon as it gets over here it has to rotate. So some of that is understanding, as I say, the rotations in the swing, and the club face is only squaring up, or the bat in this case is only squaring up at the moment of truth, at impact. A real simple illustration: if I just put the club on my shoulder here and I put this magnet showing you where the face is pointing there, like so. If I just turn, and let's say just a simple act of turning, as I turn, notice how the face opens. I turn back, it squares, it's pointing at the target, and I turn through, it goes the other way. So the club's moving in this arc, and it's closing, or it's opening and closing as we hit the golf ball. So there's a couple of two or three things I'd really like you to try to work on with your golf swing. One is you can just hold your trail arm, hold the club near the metal or the graphite, and just swing. And you'll see if you're gripping it correctly, incidentally. So if your right hand, your bottom hand is square to the shaft here and not underneath, because if you get it way underneath with the old interlocking death grip, you'll find the face will want to do this quite often. And look at my elbows. So the elbows are working in this fashion, up and down, as opposed to this notional triangle rotating. So if I hold my right bicep and hold it near the metal and just swing, it naturally wants to fold, and it also naturally wants to open. So you're letting the weight of the club head really swing on the angles it would like to be swung on. In real simple terms as well, is that, don't forget, if I use this plane stick here, that's the angle the club's built on. So it folds up and folds down. Now conversely, the same happens with the front arm, the left arm in my case here. If I hold it and swing, do the same motion, and swing through and go through on plane. So I'd call that the hitchhiker's move, like thumbing a lift. If you can thumb a lift and get that motion happening, then you'll start to get an appreciation of how that club is moving in the swing. Thumbs up, thumbs this way, back to square, thumbs over. You do these motions, that'll just give you a feel for the actual squaring or the opening and closing. Now of course some people can overdo this, and if you roll the face like this you're in trouble, because then you're going to have a hard job on your hands squaring it up. So it gradually opens, just a square position here, or a hair closed, coming back to square at impact and closing over. If you can do that and start to develop an awareness and feel for that, believe me, you're going to start hitting that ball straighter and longer. But remember, don't think swing back straight to make it go straight. Allow it to open and close. Let's give it a go, see if it works. Okay. Great, so that was nice and straight. So a little bit of practice, correct grip, open, close. I'm sure you'll see your shots become a lot straighter.